be sample with a dope ass beat and get some mic check. All the levels right, and if it's good, then I'll be here for.
Hey guys, what's going on? This is Medic Studios here today with another video, and really quick I would just like to say that this is going to be a long video, so just sit back and relax, and I hope you guys enjoy, and please do me the favor of dropping a like for this video. It's going to take a little bit to like really explain all this, and hopefully this video helps you guys out. Second thing I wanted to say really quick is I know that there is already videos of people saying like how to convince your parents to play GTA. I know there's been videos, whatever, but I just thought about it, and I just figured that I would state my way on how really state what my opinion is on the game, and you know, just like my opinions towards everything, and really just explain what the game is really about. So if you are trying to convince your parents to let you play the game, show them this video, because I'm going to be going into pretty good depth for the most part. So yeah, alright, we're going to get into this. So I'm going to go ahead and explain my history towards this subject. So I'd say the first time that I played GTA was about 4th grade. I was going over to my buddy's house. It was the summer after 4th grade. And you know, he had GTA San Andreas, and you know, I was like, oh my god, you know, I've been dying to play a GTA game, you know, forever. I just really wanted to play the game. So back then, you know, being a little kids, you know, they're nervous to do it. Like, you know, I thought to myself, oh, my mom's gonna find out, even though nobody's gonna tell her. So, so I ended up playing GTA San Andreas anyway. Me and my buddy played it for a while, and you know, I just thought it was like the funniest thing ever. And so basically, his mom ended up telling my mom, which it was no big deal at all. She's like, yeah, that was fine, whatever, you know, it was no big deal. But so what happened was I went to Blockbuster, like, I don't know, a couple weeks later or so, or maybe that weekend, I can't really remember, it was so long ago. But I was like, you know, can I rent GTA? She's like, no, I don't really want you playing it, you know. She's like, I was just okay with it then, and just letting you try it, and blah blah blah. So, you know, it was, you know, I kind of got mad because, you know, I just thought it was kind of bogus, and, you know, I already played it once, and she won't let me get GTA 4. Because GTA 4 had just came out that spring, so I was like, you know, I want to get that game, GTA 4, so bad, because, you know, it was a huge upgrade from all the other GTAs. So, about, I don't know, I think the next school year was 5th grade, obviously, because I was 4th grade, and it was about November, I remember this. And, so my buddy came over, and I was like, Mom, you know, can we rent GTA 4? You know, we just want to play. And she's like, yeah, sure. She ended up being alright with it, so she let me rent GTA 4. And she was aware that really the only bad thing in there, because like I had already played Call of Duty and all these other, you know, gory games, just other games that are just nothing compared to that. And she's like, yeah, go ahead. And she's just like, because she was aware about the, you know, the strip club, and she's like, just don't go in the strip club, blah blah blah, you know. And just taking into consideration that I was in 5th grade, so, you know, I kind of understand where she was coming from. But anyways, so we rented the game, we played it, and it was a lot of fun. And it was actually kind of funny because my friends were like, going in the strip club, close your eyes, dude. He's like, I'm going in, and it was just kind of funny. It's just kind of a funny memory that I always remember, because me and him just laugh about it to this day. But yeah, so we played it, and I was like, you know, this is a lot of fun. And about a year or so later, maybe 2 years later, you know, I didn't even end up owning the game. I just ended up renting it here and there. And eventually I had a birthday party. This was like the summer after 6th grade, I believe, going into 7th. And I told my buddy, I was like, dude, for my birthday, will you give me GTA 4? And we were gonna keep it hush hush, you know, just he's just gonna buy it for me, and then he was gonna give it to me for my birthday. So what ended up happening is he got it to me for my birthday, and my mom came downstairs, and she's like, what'd you get for your birthday? And I told her everything besides GTA 4. She's like, did you get a game? I was like, and I kind of hesitated. I was like, I don't know if I should say, and I just did it anyways. I was like, yeah, I was like, he bought me GTA 4. She's like, that's fine. She's like, his mom like asked me ahead of time, and I just said it was alright. I was like, alright, cool. So she's like, she was cool with it, and yeah, so that was pretty much kind of like my history with the game until I really like owned it and then played it for, you know, consistently. So that, yeah, again, that was just my history. And the next thing I'm gonna get into is what age I think is good for GTA. Some adults might be like, oh well, because I'm 17, they might be like, oh well, he's not 18 and so he doesn't know anything. Because there is like a lot of people who think that, if you're not 18, you don't know anything. That's kind of pretty much how it works. Which I think otherwise. I think that I'm pretty knowledgeable in certain things and I make logical decisions. So I really I just think that I have to really prove myself that I really know what I'm talking about. But again, this is just personal opinion. You don't have to listen to me. But honestly, I think that if you're under 12 years old, I understand if you don't want your kid playing GTA. I fully understand. But I think that, once you're 12 years old, you're in middle school at that point, 11, 12 years old. I mean, you're in middle school. I just think that it's to the point where I think you can handle it. Again, the worst thing in the game is, it shows cleavage in the strip club, which you're not even forced to go in the strip club. And really, in my school district, they started family life videos in 4th grade. We didn't really see anything then. It was just kind of more like drugs and alcohol type stuff and just basic stuff. It wasn't really too in depth. But once you get into 6th grade, 8th grade, I was watching a baby being born in 8th grade. So, once you get into 6th grade middle school, you're going to see it anyway, just at school even. It's just kind of like that. It's to that point where I think you can handle it, where a kid understands, what's going on. And, some kids, they end up, going through puberty and growing up earlier in middle school, so they really understand what's going on. It's not like it's a mystery anymore, and it can't be a mystery, because, you're not really that old yet, but you're starting to get to that point where you need to know, what's what. It's not something you keep to a mystery anymore. So personally, again, I understand if somebody's under 12 and you want them playing it, but, if you're 12 years old, I think 12-year-old will be fine playing it. I really do. But that's up to you. It's not my job to make a judgment for you. If you feel that that's right, then go right ahead, or whatever you got to do. I'm just stating my opinion here. The next thing is the worry of it. Some parents may think that GTA will change their kid. Playing Grand Theft Auto will just change their kid, change their behavior. They'll act dumb. They'll try and reenact the game in real life. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and say this now, that I can guarantee that won't happen. The only way that somebody will change from the game, I think that if that's an issue, then that's an issue that should be checked out. I mean that in no offense, but I really think that if you're really that worried about it, obviously don't let them play it, but if that seriously is a concern, I think that that's kind of an issue that should be further investigated, because it's like saying that you watch a movie about bank robbery, or a movie that has armed robbery in it. I really if your kid doesn't go out and do an armed robbery because they watch a movie, then it's going to be no different than this. If anything, I think that playing a game like this is good, because I think that if a kid is depressed or stressed or anything, this game, you can do it's endless. You can do anything on here, and I just think that it's really a good way just to it's better to play a game like this than to take your anger out on the wall, punch a wall. You know what I mean? I think you kind of see where I'm coming from here. It may sound a little ridiculous to people, but really, it's probably a good way to distract a kid from their issues. But anyways, that's kind of off topic, but I really don't think that a game would change your kid. And I've heard stories, I've seen Grand Theft Auto on the news only a couple times, and really, it's for people who are obviously insane. I saw this one thing where the guy thought that it was okay to go steal a car and crash into 8 different cars. He probably was mentally unstable. That's just a different, out of whack circumstance that you don't see every day. And really, I think that's what it is. The media always over exaggerates things. And I'm sure when the game was on there, I didn't really watch it all, but I'm sure they completely over exaggerated the game itself. So really, I really just wouldn't be worried about the behavioral part of that. If it's really a concern to you, then again, that's your decision. It's your call to let them play the game or not. I'm just here to state my opinion, because just from personal experience. The next part I'm going to go into is I'm actually going to explain what's really so-called bad in the game. I will admit that the game is bad. It really is bad. It's not. Well, I'm making it sound worse than what it is. It's bad, but it's not. Like, the thing that's great about GTA is it's a free mode game. You can do what you want. You're not forced to do anything. Now, you have to complete missions to unlock certain things, but really quick, I'm just gonna get into that. When you play the story mode and do missions, there's probably about one, maybe two missions where you're forced to go in the strip club. And when you go in there, you know, when you're doing a mission, you don't pay attention to the strippers. I mean, you just can't. Like I know, like in GTA 4, for example, this is more for GTA 5 or anything, because you know that's the current one. But I mean, in general, I can't vouch for San Andreas or the older ones, but I played 4 and 5. Like completed the story mode and all that. But anyways, in GTA 4, I know you're forced to go in the strip club one time, and that's to kill the managers. Like, the once you kill one of the managers, everybody just runs out of the building. You can't see anything anyways. And as I said before, I mean, you don't have to do the story mode missions, but you may have to do some to unlock, like, you know, different parts of the maps and stuff like that. But that's really just, again, that's just another judgment call. I mean, if you really don't want your kid to go into the strip club, then tell them to go into it, and hopefully they listen. I know I did. I mean, my mom didn't want me doing that, and that was really the only she really cared about. Which I understand. Again, you know, I was 10 years old, 9 years old, so so really, that's really the only bad thing in the game. It's just the strip club. Like, I mean, there's obviously violence. You can kill people. Run people over, but it's really, the thing is that's great about GTA, well, not really to me, because honestly I think that it could be a little bit more gorier, but the game really isn't gory. When you kill somebody, or when somebody dies, really all it is just a little bit of blood that just, it's like a little bit of a puddle that just kind of goes under their body, just kind of forms. It's not bad, it's not big at all, and it's nothing that would like really offend or affect anybody in any sort of way, and it's nothing compared to like a Michael Myers movie or anything like that, or a Jason movie. I mean, if you're letting your kids watch that, I mean, Grand Theft Auto is just nothing on those movies. I mean, really, it's just really not that bad. Otherwise, other than that, I mean, yeah, I mean, there's crime you can do, but it's really not that bad. I mean, it's a game. It's not real life. You can't really learn anything from it, because something you do in a game, like something you would do in GTA, would just not work in real life. You can't just walk up to somebody's car and just rip them out the car. It doesn't work like that. Like, the game is completely fantasy. It's not fantasy, but you know what I mean. It's not real life. It's nothing near real life. It's over exaggerated to a real life situation, and that's really another reason why I wanted to bring that up. It's just, really, the game just is not as bad as everybody thinks it is. I think the name and the rating on the back just completely throws people off. You know, you look on the back, it says nudity. The only nudity part that I can think of is just the strip club. I mean, you go in the back rooms and it shows cleavage, but, you know, like I said, all they got to do is stay out of there. And really, the game is no different than Call of Duty. It's no different than any of that. I mean, it's really not. Because there is war games where you can run people over. I mean, it's nothing different. So, the next thing I'm going to say is that, like I said before, like, you're not forced to do anything. It's a free roam game. You can do what you want. You're not forced to do anything in that game. And I think that they might do that for this, like, instance. Like, you're not forced to do anything. And that's really what's fun about the game, is like, you can do what you want. You can choose to do certain things or not to do certain things. So, but anyways, guys, these are kind of the points that I want to discuss. Oh, wait, really quick. No, I just wanted to make a real quick statement before I end this. I forgot about this topic, but people say that you get points or you get rewarded for killing police officers, and that's completely false. You know, again, that's just another choice thing. If you want to kill a cop in the game, then that's just how it is. I mean, it's up to you. It's anything you do. I mean, obviously, if you do some sort of crime, the police are going to be on you, but, you know, you can always run away and evade them. I mean, it's just, it's not like what people say it is. You don't get rewarded for killing people. I mean, if you kill somebody, the only reward you get is $12 off the ground. It's nothing. $12 in that game is nothing. Like, there's no there's no reward for the game for just killing people out the random. Everything is just up to you, really. I mean, in missions, it may say, you know, you have to kill this dude, but, you know, that's different. Again, a mission, you're not forced to do missions. It's all up to you. But anyways, guys, I hope that this helped you out. I hope that, you know, if there is parents watching this, that this convinces you. You know, again, this is just all my opinions. Take what you want out of it. I mean, if you don't take anything out of it, that's perfectly fine. This is just my personal opinion. And again, I hope this helped you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to drop a like. You know, this was a long video and a lot to explain. But again, if you enjoyed it, drop a like. And I'll see you guys in the next vid. Peace.